Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's Morally Conference game at Blackburn Ice Arena between the Blackburn Hawks and the Solway Sharks. Alongside me for this one, on time this time, Mr. Ross Phillips.
Hello there, pleasure to be here, Ryan. Hawks got another line on now. Again, Corey Stones is on with Mercer and Carl Price. Now that's an interesting top line. I hope that they can gel as well as other lines have this season.
Well, they played pretty well as a unit yesterday. A lot of good grinding shifts to stop the Sharks really making any progression. And Harry Mercer trying to stamp his authority early on there with a hit just missing the body, as the Sharks are just passing around in their own end at the moment.
Yeah, you've got three young guys here that are clearly hungry for the game, so they're going to put more effort in than you may expect from some of the older, bigger players that know their own ability.
Corey Stones now over the blue line. Shoots, scores! Corey Stones finds that little seam on the near side post between Hepburn and the post and hits the back of the net early on to make it 1-0 Hawks.
No netminder worth his salt would have let that goal in. That is disappointing for Hepburn, and he's shaking his head.
Paul Price in the midst of three Sharks players as Struan Tonor will circle away with the puck from that one. Tries to clear, gets it only back down for Chris G, who now tips it around. Two Sharks players, gets over the blue line, over for Harry Mercer. Oh, and he just didn't quite catch that the way he wanted, but the shot's still on target.
Yeah, he had no other option but to one-time it, because if it had just taken that extra second to get that extra touch, he'd have had a shark all over him.
Coulter back towards Andrews, but now a great opportunity here. 3-on-2 chance for the Hawks with Istocci. He drops it back just out of the reach of Parkinson, and now the Sharks look to come back the other way with Andrews again. Andrews now down the right-hand side, drops it to the middle for Murray. Murray with a shot off the pad again and picked off by the Hawks as they look to clear. Now coming back down, James Riddock. Can't get around his man, but does get it to Bobby Streetley. He plays it straight to the middle for Coulter, and the Sharks have an odd man over now with Ross Murray one-on-one. Tries to get around, still doesn't. What a save, Stu Ashton, as he tracked him with the pad into the corner. Murray again tries to get it to the middle and doesn't. The shot comes in there from Connor Henderson, just goes off a leg, as it was Hutchinson on the point. Senko now with a chance, top of the circle, again off a leg and into the corner. Hawks managing to cover all of these lanes, but now it comes to Stevie Moore, back towards the middle. Drop pass goes to Henderson, rebound chance goes all the way across the crease for Moore, and somehow Stu Ashton held it between his pads. I thought that was a goal.
I thought that was a goal. Outstanding save there by the legs. I thought he just lost sight of the puck, but 6 seconds remaining on this power play. That's their first chance.
As it ends up bouncing out of the Sharks' end and back to neutralise for Chris Butler. Butler now is going to throw that into the corner. Andrews will cut that out before it gets there, though, and fire it back to the neutral zone as Stevie Moore now looks to come forward. Big chance here for the Sharks. 2-on-1, even 3-on-1 opportunity as Stevie Moore snipes it short side past Stu Ashton as he was expecting a pass, and the Sharks equalise.
Stewie couldn't have done any better with that one. Not only was Stevie Moore coming in from the right-hand side, but in the middle he had Abercrombie, and on the left-hand side he had Connor Henderson. He was doomed either way. If he'd have committed to Stevie Moore, he'd have passed it to Connor Henderson. If he'd have moved to Connor Henderson, he would have left the goal wide open. As it was, he just tried to cover three bases and ended up conceding the goal. It's unfortunate.
Hepburn and bounces as Mietnam will try and clear. Kept in by Duncombe at the point as he plays it back down now for Aaron Davis. He throws it to the far corner, and only Connor Henderson's going to get there and look to try and counter. Goes all the way down, right through the middle here. Connor Henderson, what a goal! As he carried that all the way from his own end around two players and shoots it short side past Stu Ashton to make it 2-1 Sharks.
Outstanding play there by Connor Henderson, and that's exactly why he played on the other side of the pond last season. He plays for Great Britain under 20s. That was an unstoppable laser beam of a shot.
Bit of a difference.
Yeah, a bit of a late change here on the... They're going to go for the face-off and then decide to change the line.
There shouldn't be a line change. It's off an icing as that's played all the way around the boards. And Carl Price will loft that forwards out of the zone. Kept in by Senko, though, as he plays it to Spears. A great pass from Spears towards Coulter and held in front as Ross Murray goes after Stu Ashton. And Chris G is not at all happy with that as he shoves him down to the ice.
It was Nick Oliver that actually pushed him away initially. How dare you get near my netminder? And of course we've got another one here with Carl Price.
I'm not sure who that is behind. I think it might be Coulter for the Sharks.
Chris G and Nick Oliver had no intention of fighting him then. They just wanted to get him away from the netminder, Ross Murray. And once they had, they stopped.
And it looks like Ross Murray is going to get a penalty here, as well as I think one of the Hawks might be getting one too.
A slashing call against Ross Murray.
It is slashing against Ross Murray. I don't see any Hawks going to the box, so it is going to be the Blackburn Hawks' first power play of the game.
As I said, it wasn't. They weren't being. They didn't want to grab Ross Murray away and attack him. Ross Murray slashed at Stuart Ashton. Nick Oliver pushed him away with quite a force, really, to say he's a small guy. And then Chris G carried on pushing him away. And once he was away and on his knees away from the netminder, they left him.
So with 15:43 left here in the third period, the Hawks will get their first power play of the game, only the third penalty of the game.
Yeah, the Sharks are 0 for 2 at the moment. The Hawks historically have been quite poor on the power play this season. But with a man advantage, they need to take this opportunity with both hands.
And they will get this face-off to the left of Hepburn in the Sharks' end. As we're just waiting for Mr. Emerson to prepare. He's had a little discussion. Looks like there's going to be a bit of a chat now. For whatever reason, I'm not sure why, he's made a decision of some sort.
Yeah, he's called Aaron Davis over. He's going to give a penalty against Aaron Davis. The door seems to be open for the Hawks, and he's talking with Aaron Davis. Once he'd summoned Aaron Davis over, off goes Hutchinson and Duncombe in the same direction, because they want to talk as well in this. Chris Butler's come over as acting captain. Still not actually sure what's happening here. We don't know if Aaron Davis has a penalty, just that the Hawks' door is open for him.
Emerson has made some sort of decision.
But why at this stage when both teams were down for a face-off in the Sharks' end, and then suddenly they've decided to call over some players and have a conversation?
Now he's pointing towards Stu Ashton's goal.
Well, the door's closing.
The penalty box door is looking like it might be closing. I'm not sure what's going to be happening here.
I think they're throwing Stuart Ashton out of the game.
Yeah, it does look that way. Why would they be doing that, though? That doesn't make an awful lot of sense to me. Because I didn't see Stewie do anything in all of that.
Stuart Ashton's gone. Stuart Ashton's ejected.
It is the case. Stuart Ashton has indeed been ejected from this game, and I'm not certain why at all. That's a very, very contentious decision, and incredibly late after all the incidents occurred. And I'm not sure Emerson has made the right decision here at all. It is a match penalty, so he will be getting a ban for obscene gesture.
An obscene gesture has been called against Stuart Ashton. Now, as someone has just shouted at the side of me, and I heard it, he may have heard it through the microphone, how can you make an obscene gesture through gloves and blockers?
Yeah.
We don't entirely know. It's been seen by the officials. But Stuart Ashton has just been given a 5-minute major on the clock for a match penalty.
So that means he will miss the next game next weekend against Telford as well. Murray now trying to get the puck forwards, digs it out in the boards, now trying to look for a pass, gets it all the way back to Kerr on the point. Kerr with a shot, block it away into the corner by Traphans. Coulter now in possession behind the goal line. Coulter now over to Spears. Spears waiting for an option, gets it all the way back to Mietinen on the point. Mietinen tries to put it in, tipped in front, glove save, Traphans, and he made it look stylish.
What a great little keeper he is. But at least they haven't lost anything from this. You know, like say if you have a defenseman or a forward thrown out of the game, okay, fine, you've still got 5 men on the ice, but you could have lost some chemistry on a line. A netminder, at least they've brought someone in, and at least they're still the same team going forwards.
As a quick shot came in there from the face-off, and another great shoulder save by Traphans, as now Searman has possession behind the goal. Just deeks around Coulter, who loses his footing. and now plays it forwards for Duncombe to skate. Duncombe just fires that in behind the goal. Bit of a funny bounce as it rebounds back in front, and what a hit! And I don't think that was intentional. He immediately apologised, as it looked like the man that in front of him just lost his footing, and they both hammered into the boards hard. Duncombe did not mean that.
No, there's no fight involved in that, but I'll tell you what, that guy's going to need an ambulance. I'm not entirely sure who it is, but he went head first and careered into them boards. He'd lost his footing, and because they were both going for it, he just ended up going headfirst into the board, but then with Duncombe behind him, he's down, he's out, and he's not made a single movement since. They've got medical personnel on the ice. Now, Duncombe's going to get a boarding for this. He knows that. It was what it was.
His legs are moving on the ice, luckily, so he is still conscious, but it seems.
Yeah, we've got the Sharks physio as well stood up. She may come over and have a look at the situation.
That was definitely a heavy hit.
We're not sure who it is at this stage.
Still not sure who was down on the ice at the moment. I can't quite see. There is a body in the way. It is Ross Murray, actually, that's made that collision with the boards.
Oh, he's up.
He is back on his feet and skating back towards the bench. He looks
I'm
heavily shook up, and I'll be surprised if we see him again this game.
I'm impressed. I genuinely thought that we needed an ambulance for that. The speed that he hit the boards, his head crumpled into the boards as well, and then Duncombe just carried on into. Oh, that wasn't nice to watch.
Well, luckily, it looks like it could have ended a lot worse, but didn't. As it is good to see Ross Murray skating back to his own bench.
I still hope he gets that checked out, though.
It's looking like it may be potentially another 5-minute major, though, for Duncombe. Exactly what he was doing there, though. There's now Connor Henderson over the blue line, trying to work his way around. Pulls up and drops it back to Miettinen on the point. He pulls it. Tip in front. What a save. Trappans on a massive redirect in front. How did he react to that?
That was some brilliant reaction there from Nick Trappans. Yeah, he saved it. And then the deflection off himself, he ended up saving. And then the deflection on that, and he ended up just underneath his pads there. We've got fast players out there at the moment with Abercrombie and Connor Henderson.
As that face-off in the Hawks' end is won by the Sharks, only just those. It was tied up, and now coming towards the middle is Henderson. Henderson wrap around and just gets the pad across Nick Trappans. That almost squeaked in as that goes all the way across for Abercrombie off the post, as he had a wide open chance and just missed on a tough shot attempt. And now this is Andrews on the point. He's going to drop that back down again for Abercrombie with another shot. Rebound chance comes out as that's cleared by Nick Oliver, and that's not icing because Mikko Searman's going to get there first. He has no one really in support as he plays it to the middle. Hepburn blocks that away though, and Aaron Davis, wicked slap shot, just missed the net from a tight angle, as now Streetley in possession. Streetley again, another shot, rebound chance, score! Aaron Davis with the goal to tie this game up with 4:38 left in the third.
Before the puck had even dropped on this game, I told you how much Callum Hepburn coughs up rebounds, but the Sharks defence always laps them up. He didn't that time. He saved it, had no idea where the puck was. He was committed to the right-hand side, which meant he just left the puck on the crease in an empty net. There was nothing else that the Hawks could do but put that in the back of the goal.
4 minutes 14 left here in the third. As that face-off won by the Sharks. Senko pirouetting on the spot there as he received that to get away from Parkinson before dumping that straight on Nick Trappans as Chris Butler collects in the corner. Now Parkinson again. Parkinson just mishandles as it comes now to the middle for Spears with a shot. What a save! Rebound chance for Kerr! Scores! Stuart Kerr puts the Sharks back in the lead just shortly after the Hawks had equalised on a big rebound chance. And the Sharks are back in front.
From this angle, that just looked like it went straight through Nick's Trappans. It wasn't a top corner shot where Nick's was committed to his other side. That shot was at Nick's and went straight through him. It appeared to be 5-hole. He just didn't get down quick enough. He's going to be disappointed with that one. I'm now starting to find this situation with Nick's Trappans to be bizarre. It's 42.7 seconds remaining on the clock. They're chasing a goal and Nix is still stood there. I'm all for pulling the keeper. I'm all for gaining possession before you pull the keeper. But at some stage you just have to go for it. You just have to take that risk.
42.7 seconds left. Trapan still in his crease. A face-off to the right of Hepburn. Won again by the Hawks. Oliver with a shot. Rebound chance. Comes out. Can't take the shot. And now Stevie Moore looks to come back the other way. Trapans has gone to the bench without realising. Somehow Moore just lost out on possession. And the Sharks don't get the empty net chance this time. Royd's now bouncing that off the boards. Picked up by the Sharks and only thrown deep as a shot can't be taken from there. As now Nick Oliver plays that all the way down. Tipped off of Riddick's stick and into the bench.
Yeah, it took so long for Nick Trapans to get to the bench that the Sharks had gained possession and had the opportunity to take the shot, and now he's back out again with 17.6.
With that face-off being just outside the Hawks' end, Trapans is indeed back on the ice. Only 17.6 seconds left.
The Sharks are doing fantastically well. They're doing what they need to do. They're defending, and very, very well. They've still got Hutchinson and Yurasenko on the ice with Moore, Fowley, and I believe it's Abercrombie on the left-hand side.
As that face-off is won by the Sharks, and another false drop on the face-off. Has shaved another second off the clock, though.
Looking at the Hawks that are out on the ice, of course, I've just mentioned who were there for the Sharks. They're playing one defenseman, which is Bobby Streetley, and the rest are forwards. Oh no, sorry, Nick Oliver.
Nick Oliver as well, but he's playing in a very forward position on that face-off lineup. As that's rang all the way around, Trapans is again out of his goal as that goes all the way down the ice. Nick Oliver's going to try and clear that and gets hold of it. Stevie Moore pressuring him, hooking him, but the buzzer goes as that is the end of the game. Solway Sharks weathering a bit of a late storm from Blackburn and finding their way to a 3-2 victory in this one, but all in all, what a great game.